The modern Lydian musical scale is a rising pattern of pitches comprising 3 whole tones, a semitone, 2 more whole tones, and a final semitone. This sequence of pitches roughly describes the fifth of the 8 Gregorian modes, known as Mode V or the authentic mode on F, theoretically using bar and registered trademark but in practice more commonly featuring bar and registered trademark. Because of the importance of the major scale in modern music, the Lydian mode is often described as the scale that begins on the 4th scale degree of the major scale, or alternatively, as the major scale with the 4th scale degree raised half a step. Theory. Ancient Greek Lydian equals. The name Lydian refers to the ancient kingdom of Lydia in Anatolia. In Greek music theory, there was a Lydian scale or octave species extending from paripate hypaton to trite-dietzeugmenon, equivalent in the diatonic genus to the medieval and modern Ionian mode, that is, the modern major scale, C D E F G A B C. In the chromatic and inharmonic genera, the Lydian scale was equivalent to C dar unregistered trademark E F gar unregistered trademark ABC, and C C E F F ABC, respectively, where signifies raising the pitch by approximately a quarter tone. Medieval Lydian mode equals. In the Middle Ages and Renaissance, this mode was described in 2 ways. The first way is the diatonic octave species from F up to F an octave above, divided at C to produce 2 segments, Fa Euro Ga Euro or Euro Bar Euro C and Ka Euro Da Euro A Euro F. The second is as a mode with a final on F and an ambitus extending to F an octave higher and in which the note C was regarded as having an important melodic function. Many theorists of the period observed that bar and registered trademark is used more typically than bar and registered trademark in compositions in Lydian mode. Modern Lydian mode equals. The Lydian scale can be described as a major scale with the 4th scale degree raised to semitone, for example, a C major scale with an Fa unregistered trademark rather than Fa unregistered trademark registered trademark. Triads within Lydian mode. In Lydian mode, the tonic, dominant, and supertonic triads are all major. The subdominant is diminished. The triads built on the remaining 3 scale degrees are minor. Notable compositions in the Lydian mode. Classical equals, the paean and prosodion to the god, familiarly known as the Second Delphic hymn, composed in 128 BC by Atha. Copyright Naos Atheno is predominantly in the Lydian tonos, both diatonic and chromatic, with sections also in Hypolydian. Classical equals, a rare, extended use of the Lydian mode in the classical repertoire is Simon Sector's 1822 Messe in der Lydischen Tonart. A more famous example from around the same time is the third movement of Ludwig van Beethoven's String Quartet No. 15 in A minor, Op. 132, titled by the composer Heiliger Dankgesang eines Gene und die Gottheit, in der Lydischen Tonart. The alternating passages in F use the Lydian scale with sharp 4th scale degree exclusively. Anton Bruckner employed the sharp and 4th of the Lydian scale in his motetos Justi more strictly than Renaissance composers ever did when writing in this mode. Charles Valentin Alkan's Allegra Barbera is written strictly in F Lydian, with no bar and registered trademark S present at all. In the 20th century, composers began once again to exploit modal scales with some frequency. An example from the middle of the century is the scherzo movement of Carlos Carvez's Symphony No. 3. The movement opens with a fugue subject, featuring extremely wide leaps, in C Lydian with following entries in F and G Lydian. Jazz equals, pianist-composer George Russell developed a Lydian chromatic concept of tonal organization, which became highly influential in the jazz world, inspiring the works of people such as Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Ornette Coleman, and Woody Shaw. Popular equals, The Simpsons' signature tune. Passage beginning at the words "Much as I definitely enjoy solitude" in the song "Possibly Maybe" by Bja paragraph RK. See also, Lydian chord, a Euro A chord that is related to the Lydian scale, Lydian dominant scale, Kalyani, the equivalent scale in Indian classical music. References: Anon. N.D. Frequently asked questions about George Rosella Unregistered trademark Lydian chromatic concept of tonal organization www.georgerussell.com. Barbara, Andrew copyright. 1984. Octave species. Journal of Musicology 3, No. 3, 229 http, www.jsto.org 763813 doi, 10.1525/jm. March 3, 1984.03 A00020, Barker, Andrew. 1984 €89. Greek musical writings. 2 vols. Cambridge Readings in the Literature of Music. Cambridge and New York, Cambridge University Press. Benwood, Bruce, and Marilyn Nardine Saker. 2009. Music in Theory and Practice, 8th edition, Volume 2. Boston, McGraw-Hill. ISBN 978-0-07-310188-0. Carver, Anthony F. 2005. Bruckner and the Phrygian Mode. Music and Letters 86, No. 174 €99 doi, 10.1093 GCI004. Chase, Wayne. 2006. How Music Really Works. Musical and Lyrical Techniques of the Masters, 2nd edition. Vancouver, Roald Black Publishing Incorporated. ISBN 1-897311-55-9. ISBN 1-897311-56-7. Hain, Ethan. 2012. The Major Scale Modes. Ethan Hain, Unregistered trademark blog, Music, Technology, Evolution. Jones, George Thordeus. 1974. Music Theory, The Fundamental Concepts of Tonal Music including Notation, Terminology, and Harmony. Barnes & Noble Outline Series 137. New York, Hagerstown, San Francisco, London, Barnes & Noble. ISBN 9780604601375. Miller, Scott. 2002. Mel Bay's Getting into a Eurojazz Fusion Guitar. Pacific, Missouri, Mel Bay Publications. ISBN 0-7866-6248-4. Orbicubed N, Julia N. 1987. Las Sinfonías de Carlos Carvez. Porter, Cuidados de Teora y Crática Musical 6, No. 22, 81 €91. Paragraph HLMANN, Egert, and Martin L. West 2001. Documents of Ancient Greek Music, The Extant Melodies and Fragments, edited and transcribed with commentary by Egert Paragraph HLMANN and Martin L. West. Oxford, Clarendon Press. ISBN 0-19-815223-X. Powers, Harold S. 2001. Lydian. The New Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians, 2nd edition, edited by Stanley Sadie and John Tyrrell, 15409 €10. 29 vols. London, Macmillan Publishers. ISBN 978-56159-239-5 ISBN 978-0-19-517067-2 OCLC 44391762 OCLC 248649842 OCLC 249589729 LCCN 00-55156 or 000555156. Smith, Ronald. 2000. Alkan, The Man, The Music. London. Further reading, Hewitt, Michael 2013. Musical Scales of the World. The Note Tree. ISBN 978-0957547001. External links, the Lydian mode in all 7 3-note per string positions, with intervals mapped out for guitar. Lydian mode and 6 positions for guitar at gosk.com.